E, Locrian Mode. This is the last of the modes. It's the 7th mode. You have your Ionian mode, which is the major, and what we've been studying is the parallel mode approach as opposed to the relative. I think the parallel mode approach is easier for guitar players to understand, and I'm not suggesting by any means for you not to pursue comprehension of the relative modes. But there's the acronym. There's a few different acronyms I like to use. I don't play like my Aunt Lucy. So Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixed Lydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. I'd use this sheet of paper on a previous video, but I was discussing not parallel modes, but relative modes. And as you can see, you would move up. If you were in C major, you would move up to D, the D that follows, and then you would, Dorian would be with the D, so on and so forth. But I just want to, have you see that, and understand that, they're kind of difficult to remember, and they're based on Greek modes. I think a lot of the original Greek modes only had 6 notes or something like that. But obviously we have 8 notes in our scales, and don't be frightened of the modes. They're just really changes in major or minor scales. So we're focusing on, once again, the parallel modes, not the relative modes. So the E Locrian mode, it is the most minor sounding of the modes. I have it here. You can take a screenshot of that. It's the very bottom staff, okay? And I have the fingering there. And this is just one way of playing it. You can play it in different positions, different places on the guitar neck. But let's go over it. I like to use this one because you're using your first, second, and fourth fingers, or your first, third, and fourth fingers for 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 strings. Okay, so from the 6th up to the 3rd string, you're going to be using 1, 2, 4, or 1, 3, 4 fingering. So we're going to start on the 6th string, 12th fret, first finger. Alternate your picking. 1, 2, 4 on the 12th, 13th, and 15th frets. Next string, the A string, 12th, 13th, 15th frets. 1, 2, 4 fingering. So right from the beginning, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4. Now the next 2 strings on the D string and G string. 1, 3, 4. So 12th, 14th, and 15th frets. Start from the beginning. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. Okay. Now, B string, 2nd string, 13th fret. You can put your 2nd finger right there, or your 1st finger, and 3rd finger. Sometimes I use my 1st and 3rd fingers, or my 2nd and 4th fingers, and then we're done right there on the 12th fret. 1st string with your 1st finger. So I personally don't care for this mode that much, but you might feel differently about it, and just because I'm not, I don't use it very often, doesn't mean that you shouldn't. Let's say we have this progression in E minor, go into a D, go into a C, back to the D. You give a whole step bend right there on that 13th fret, second string. On the C to get to that D. Or, you can just go. Almost feels like, even though that you stop right here on the E note, like you almost, let's listen to it. You almost want to stop on that F for some reason. That F almost gives a better resolution than the E itself, because it's so minor-y sounding that you want to finish up, on kind of like a major-ish sound. That's perhaps one of the reasons why, I didn't, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful mode. All these modes are beautiful, but it's one of my least favorites. So, which ones do I like? Well, obviously I like the Ionian, which is the major, and the Dorian, and the Phrygian, the Lydian, and Mixolydians, and the Aeolian. So I'm going to be using major and minor scales primarily, harmonic minors, melodic minors, and so on and so forth. But now we're going outside of the mode, so I don't want to deviate too much from what we were intended to speak about. But check out my other videos on harmonics and melodic minors, and we can transpose all those patterns, those scales that I taught you. I primarily focused on A, but getting back to this E Locrian mode, that's it. Very minor-y sounding. It's the last one. You can go out of the box, You can even go a little farther. You can go to that F, maybe to that G there on the first strings. I just, wrote it out so you stop right there on the E, but that doesn't mean you can't go to the G or even the A. You don't have to play it right in order either. Experiment with it. Have fun. But that's what music is all about. The language of the emotions. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe and check out my other previous videos, and keep playing and have fun.